even though it's hard to see my parts because of how thick my hair is, I still wanted to make some type of video explaining how I did my parts. So in the back, they are a little bit bigger. I did 4 rows before I connected them. So there's 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows, 4 rows, and then this 5th row is where I started to do my wraparound to connect it to the front. And then 6th row also connected to the front. And then the 7th row is where, no, I lied. So then 7th row also connected to the front. The 8th row is where I split them in half because the parts were getting too big. When I connected them all the way to the other side, it was like too big in the middle for me. So I split some of them in half. And I did that with the row above it too. And then the 10th row is this row here, which was the last one that was it? Yeah, this is the 10th row. That was the last one that I connected. And I just had this left, so I just did 2 rows. I did 2 ones on this side, like on the smaller ones, 1 here, and then 1 small one on the other side, and then I did 2 rows in the middle of what was left. And then the front is 10 rows on each side, and just going straight back. So yeah, that's how I parted my hair for my locks. It was hard because I couldn't pre-section it, so I just did my 10 rows in the front first, and then those first 4 rows on the bottom. And then when I started doing the rows that connected to the air, that first row, you know, I just did whatever. Like, they're not completely even, which is probably why I have to split some of those rows. But like, you have 1 row here, 1 row here, and I connected it all the way around. But I didn't measure them out, so I just made sure it was the same amount, 10 and 10, and I just connected them around however. And we'll see if I keep it this way. Also, I didn't measure like how many, or like, you know, plan how many I was going to do in each row, except for in the front. But like in the back, so I have 4 in the bottom, 6 in the next row, 8 in the row above it. But I didn't try to line them up in any specific way. I think the row above that has 10. And after that, I just completely stopped counting. I just made the rows line up with the front, and I just divided them however I felt looked nice. And then in the front, I did actually like kind of try to make it symmetric. Like I did these 2 where my sideburns are, because my sideburns go really low. And then the first row above on each one, I think I did 3, and then 3. And then like 4 maybe, or 5, and then the last 4 rows on each, I know I did 6 in each row, like 5 or 6. And then the only thing I tried to line up other than the rows wrapping around was this front part. I tried to make them, you know, line up with each other, like even the rows next to them, I think right next to the rows, I tried to make them line up. Let's see. Nope, I lied. So yeah, it is 6 in like each of these 4 and each of these 4, but I didn't try to line them up. But yeah, that's how I did the front.